It's so frustrating to me when people say they have sympathy or empathy for an abused child, but not the adult that became an abuser or a criminal in the future, right? So they have sympathy for the child that got hurt, but not the adult who the child became because the adult became a criminal. I believe this applies to men the most because everyone seems to feel less bad for male criminals. Here's the problem with only having sympathy for the child version of the man. He is that child with a bigger body. Because becoming an adult doesn't mean you suddenly have the ability to turn your life around. Becoming an adult doesn't mean you suddenly know how to work through your trauma and bad impulses. Becoming an adult doesn't mean you suddenly have all the answers to your questions and solutions to your problems. If you feel bad for the child, you should feel bad for the man. It's not like when you turn 18, you suddenly get a handbook on how to deal with all your baggage. If you feel bad for this, you have to feel bad for this. Because this is a child in a bigger body who doesn't have the answers. Men do not get answers. They don't figure out how to deal with their issues. They get mad. They do alcohol, drugs, join a gang, or spend hours on an incel forum for lonely men. This is to be expected in a world where we don't teach people how to solve anything that matters. I feel bad for criminals, abusers, and toxic incels because they are men who don't know how to solve their problems. And there are seriously people who will hear this and be like, oh, you can't give them grace. You can't give these people grace. You can't give these people sympathy. Or they'll say empathy. Because if you do that, they'll just hurt you more. They'll just step on you, right? You give them an inch, they'll hurt more people. And I'm like, wow, that sounds like an amazing excuse. That sounds like an amazing way to feel better about being utterly useless, right? To feel better about not giving these men anything to help themselves. And it's like, it's okay if you don't have the answers for these men. I don't expect you to. But don't act like, oh, if I gave them answers, they would just step on me. Right? Thousands of men would just do that because thousands of men are equally awful. The Nordic countries are helping these kinds of men, right? Criminals, abusers, like people who done bad things, turn their lives around. But in North America, they are seriously saying, don't give them empathy. Because if you give them empathy, they'll just hurt more people. Well, the success of the North seems to prove otherwise. This does not mean we need to start treating adults like children. No, it just means we need to stop acting like these men are unsavable. Because they're not. They were never given the tools to be better. If you want to see a change in the world, you have to stop hating people and start understanding them. Please listen to me. Because hey, you're all adults. And being an adult doesn't mean you have better ideas.